Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to continue in this vein, but unfortunately, the recent anti-levity laws make this impossible. Consequently, I'll be doing a serious card trick, simulating the skill of real magicians. Notice as I cut and shuffle the cards, certain of them spring forward. These just happen to be the 4 queens, once again proving this is indeed the luckiest night of my life. Thank you. Now I'm going to do my imitation of a European doing the exact same effect. Please watch the 4 queens as I take them and cut them into the deck, and now proceed to cut them out of the deck. A bold subterfuge. Watch the first queen, which has come out of the deck, face up, going back for number 2, an old Meters tune, Just Kiss My Baby, going back for number 2. Number 3, and by the way, notice if I were European, how much nicer this effect would look in a frilly shirt and with a bow tie. That's all 4. Thank you. And now, risking this streak of good fortune, I'll continue and do my imitation of this same trick as if it were done by a magician 100 years ago, with your kind attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I shall endeavor to illustrate with the aid of this ordinary deck of playing cards to show how futile are the attempts of plebeians to enter that select circle of society known as the beau monde. And indeed to show how such entree is prevented by the polite yet frigid exclusiveness of its gentler members. Let us assume it is the occasion of a public reception. Our table, the hall, our deck, the common herd, and we may fittingly select the 4 queens as representing the feminine portion of the smart set. Now, as would naturally be the case, I shall besiege these high-strung patrician ladies with attentions from the lower orders, which these next 12 cards shall represent. I shall start by placing 1, 2, 3 outsiders on Her Majesty the Queen of Hearts, the next 3 commoners on the Queen of Clubs, and though the notice or mention of all these commoners is equally abhorrent to the grandes dames, I shall treat them exactly alike by placing on the Queen of Diamonds 1, 2, 3 rank outsiders. And finally, the last 3, which have been closest to the bottom, therefore least crowding and in most ways most deserving to proffer their homage, on the Queen of Spades. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have seen, I have brutally taken advantage of these tenderly nurtured and unsophisticated young creatures by placing them in positions which must be extremely galling to their aristocratic sensibilities. Can they endure? Can they endure? Yes, indeed they can! Having some knowledge of the marvelous subtlety, resources, and finesse of the sex, I feel confident these women can, with tact and discretion, easily elude their persecutors and form a more congenial coterie amongst themselves. Watch very closely. Watch first the Queen of Spades as she turns her back on her suitors, and then she goes to Windsor for the weekend. Next, the Queen of Diamonds, slightly more daring than her friends, tantalizes the men, Gucci, Gucci, goo. And amidst their flushed consternation, makes her escape. The Queen of Clubs, knowing the aphorism, 'tis easiest to disappear from the crowd, does just that. Now you see her, and now, ladies and gentlemen, you do not. And finally, the Queen of Hearts, or, as I suggested only a moment ago, is it possible these women would seek out each other's company? Yes, indeed. The fatal vanity of the sex proves me correct. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Thank you very much.